This is Remix Report with your hosts, DJ JD and DJ J Spring.
Today's video brought to you by YourDJDrops.com, the nation's hottest DJ drops.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Remix Report. I'm DJ JD.
I'm DJ J Spring, and this is another weekend recap where we discuss if Deadmau5 is a DJ or not. Probably not as much this time. I'll try to keep it to a minimum.
There is some Deadmau5 news, though.
There is. We do have some good discussion as always, and it seems like some of the bigger companies, the industry, some magazines, they're starting to talk about some of the stuff that we've been talking about in the past. So they've weighed in, and we're going to weigh in on how they've weighed in.
So let's weigh in, starting off by talking about our weekends. You want to get us started?
Yeah, we did the Three Amigos thing, JD, myself, and DJ Vibe from out in Providence. We were at Scorpion Bar on Thursday for the second installment of Three Amigo Thursdays. And it wasn't as busy as the first time, but we definitely got to step up our promotion. Mm-hmm. I know one of us has it as our Facebook profile picture. I'm hoping the other two will follow.
Yeah, as soon as I am done with this Pauly D party on Friday, I will definitely be changing my profile picture.
Fair enough. I wonder if Vibe has an excuse. So that was my Thursday. It's definitely fun doing. We rotate every 20 minutes for 3 hours about.
Yep.
It's definitely different. Glad we all have the mixing by ear skill, although I'm starting to get a little rusty at that.
I know. It's kind of hard to admit that a little bit sometimes, but
no, I'm definitely rusty.
It's a skill we don't really use as much anymore.
I have to actually think. I mean, think about back in the all vinyl days. You didn't think about doing it. It's just something you did.
I know. I mean, that's something when I'm teaching right now at Berkeley on Wednesdays, and the class is taught all on strictly vinyl, and beat matching obviously is one of the skills that we teach. It's an intro to DJing class basically. So going through that process with basically teenagers to teach them beat matching by ear definitely helps me bring some of my skills back. But it is it's like riding a bike in a way, but
I don't like it. I like looking at my screen.
But if you haven't ridden the bike for a while, it's a little wobbly at the beginning.
To say the least.
Let's see, my weekend.
Well, can I please get to my Friday?
Oh, wow, we didn't even get to your Friday.
Yeah. I was at Scorpion Bar. It was actually a pretty good Friday. Saturday, I was at the Russian Lady in Hartford, which is like Hartford's #1 club, voted by the Hartford Advocate.
All right.
It was a little probably slower than usual. The summer is kind of hurt everything for the most part, at least around here, because there's a lot of outdoor places. Although Friday, like I said, was pretty good, and your Friday was pretty good too, right?
Yeah, Friday was really good at Shrine. The last two have actually been pretty good. No complaints there. We actually had our Ted Thunder Buddies pajama party on Tuesday at Shrine, and Vinny Vibe, who we DJ'd with on Thursday, got to dress up in a teddy bear costume. I was, of course, wearing my onesie with the yellow onesie with the fire trucks, police and cars and ambulances on it.
When we used to put up Weekend Weapons for an Inferno, remember that I put up that Wheaties box picture? I'm going to start using the PJ picture.
Do it. It's classic. It's awesome. I got to say, the footy pajamas, pretty damn comfortable.
I was going to say, it must be comfortable, a lot more comfortable DJing that than...
It really is.
Have you ever thought about...
You stretch like this, and your onesie hugs you. It's just like... It's like a hug, like this. So then you just keep doing it. You're like, ah.
So would you break it out for like a normal Friday?
I wouldn't.
Did you wear it into the casino, or did you change?
I changed, but I did wear it out of the casino.
Okay.
So yeah, a lot of people complimented me on that. It's hard to find an adult onesie these days. So.
Do you know what it's called? My friend looked it up actually. Don't ask. It's called the Union Suit. That's what it's called.
All right.
There's a name for it.
Well, glad we know that now. Let's see. Saturday, I did a wedding in Newport, Rhode Island. The bride's dad was actually a Rhode Island senator. Pretty nice wedding at a pretty swanky hotel. Did the ceremony, the cocktail hour, and the reception, and got to use some new uplighting I just got last week. I got 12 of the Blizzard Q6A unplugged lights. Of course, yeah. They're battery powered and wirelessly controlled, so you can put them anywhere in a room, and they last. And I had them going for probably 6 hours, and they were still going strong. So they'll probably last anywhere from 6 to 8 hours, I would imagine, on a battery charge.
So I assume pre-planned set with the lights connected.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, luckily I had my man Caesar there helping me out for the night. He actually got to control the lighting while I was DJing, add a little production value to the evening, and definitely was a fun reception. So shout out to Alex and Kelly, congratulations, and it was definitely a pleasure DJing for you guys. You can check out a little promo video from the night from Wedding Stories on my Facebook page if you want to see kind of what the wedding looked like.
So we're going to go from a happy story of marriage to a divorce, and I'm not going to the DJ Expo anymore.
It's true. It's sad, but true. Jay Spring will not be attending the DJ Expo in Atlantic City, but I will be there holding it down for Remix Report, and I still want to meet as many of you guys as possible. I think I'm gonna be there Monday and Tuesday. Just staying Monday night, coming back late Tuesday night, it looks like. So hopefully I can run into some of you on Tuesday. I'll definitely respond to all the emails we've gotten so far later this week to kind of see what's going to happen.
I'm already getting ready for 2013. I'm very excited.
Awesome. Perfect. Okay. So if you are going to be at the DJ Expo, make sure you hit us up, remixreport@gmail.com. All right, moving on to news. Big news from Mix Emergency. It now is working with Serato again. They have made up, at least it seems like they have. Quote from Mix Emergency is, while the changes list for this update may not seem long, Mix Emergency 2.1 boasts a much anticipated change, compatibility with Serato 2.4 and higher. So it sounds like the people from Inkland who make Mix Emergency have been in talks with Serato, and although Mix Emergency is not officially supported, they are having a conversation with each other and making sure that they are working moving forward. So good news for all the video DJs out there.
All right, glad we got all that other stuff out of the way for deadmau5 time.
Oh, great. Now, deadmau5 revealed his new stage setup in Toronto last week. You can see some videos on YouTube. I actually found this on inthemix.com.
What kind of videos? Producing or what?
Videos from the festival that he was playing at. Showing this new stage setup.
Okay.
So he no longer has the cube set up. He has kind of a semicircle LED front stage now. Looks pretty neat. He's also, for part of his show, using a huge touchscreen controller. Looks like it's controlling his Ableton on his computer.
Kind of like the one that we saw him using that time.
Yeah, it looks like it could be upwards of 60 inches touchscreen. Pretty awesome looking. So it's cool that he has that turned out to the audience so everybody can kind of see what he's doing, and it's kind of neat. Definitely a nice performance addition, I think.
You know what? We should add one thing to this little weekend recap we're doing, and I'm sure you've probably seen it. Have you seen the Ableton scratching thing?
Oh yeah, that was from DJ Tech Tools.
Was it DJ Tech Tools?
I believe so. Yep.
That was pretty sick. So that's like a little technological development, which is usually your territory.
True.
I thought we should point that out. That was pretty sick.
Yeah, we'll definitely post a link to that in the notes. I think basically he's using white noise of some sort, kind of filtering it in and out, and then like turning the sound on and off, and doing some definitely cool scratch sounding effects.
I don't think there was a
cool
fader as much as he was hitting a cue button while he was twisting a knob.
Yeah,
at the same time.
Definitely pretty neat for all the controller DJs out there. Ableton DJs being able to add some scratch sounding effects to their set. Definitely pretty sweet. So
I'm pretty much up to speed on that kind of stuff. So I thought I would bring that to your attention.
Awesome. Let's see. A new list of the world's highest paid DJs is finally out. This is from Forbes.com. Of course, we recently were talking about a list of the highest paid DJs, but I believe that one was talking about their net worth, where this Forbes article is talking about how much these DJs made in 2011, in the last year. So
from looking at both lists, it seems like one may be off by a little bit. Although maybe these people just spend ridiculous amounts of money, and that's why their net worth isn't as much higher than what they earn in a year.
And obviously these guys are making millions of dollars. It takes money to make money, so these guys are spending a lot of money for their crews, their management, their
hair gel,
their tours. I mean, lots of money. So I mean, number one here is Tiesto at 22 million. I think it's pretty safe to say at least half of that money is being spent on just business costs, I would imagine.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, is this 22 what he earned? Is this like gross that he earned, or is this like just ticket sales from the shows? It depends.
Well, I don't think it actually says in the article.
Okay. Doesn't say the formula they used.
I don't believe so, but I would imagine this is gross.
Okay.
On Tiesto as a brand or business, this would be the gross earnings of Tiesto. So safe to say that probably half of that is spent on flights, all that other stuff that you have to do all the time, travel, food, probably $1 million on food.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Skrillex at 15 million. Number 3, Swedish House Mafia at 14 million. Number 4, David Guetta, 3.5 million. Number 5, Steve Aoki, 12 million. 6, Deadmau5, 11.5 million. Number 7, Pauly D at 11 million. Number 8 is Cascade at 10 million. Number 9, Afrojack at 9 million. And number 10, Avicii at 7 million.
You know what's funny is that I saw Digital Dave, our friend from Pittsburgh, respond to this in the comments section. I don't know if it was this particular link that he responded to, but he said that he didn't really he thought this was a terrible list because not everyone on this list was DJs, which kind of agrees with your argument. You guys are both wrong, obviously. And I kind of saw it from the perspective of the guy who wrote this and responded to Dave, and he said, looking at it from like the perspective of a non-DJ, which I think we should all look at it that way. He said that Deadmau5 is basically, or I don't even know if he mentioned Deadmau5 in particular. He said, we're just going to look at these guys as people go on stage, use turntables and play music for a crowd. Obviously, they're not using turntables, but he was just generalizing, and I look at it from his perspective, from a normal, common sense
Generalized perspective, yeah. Generalizing is almost like assuming. And we all know what happens when you assume.
What happens?
Pauly D is definitely the one on here that stands out, I think, from the rest as the one that isn't a producer at this point. I mean, he is working on an album with 50 Cent right now. Has released a few bootlegs, I believe. But obviously the other 9 on here are big-time producers.
I don't even know if I see him standing out in the way that you described. He obviously stands out the most, and I just think it's because he's a reality star turned DJ.
Well, it's also the other 9 on here are EDM DJs, they're house DJs. He's not necessarily, I mean, he's known for fist pumping music and stuff like that, but when you actually see him DJ, he doesn't just play house music, he plays a good amount of hip hop too. I mean, he's open format. And he's basically taken AM's spot. If there's anybody that can say, I mean, making money wise.
Well, I'm glad you clarified that.
Yeah, let's be clear here. Obviously,
he's taken AM's spot in terms of being an earner.
Yes.
We should just say that one more time. He's taken AM's spot in terms of being an earner.
Yes.
Although when I heard him play, I was definitely impressed, and he's definitely gotten a lot better than when he first started. When he was first projected into this new role. For
Absolutely.
himself.
And I gotta say, I'm looking forward to. I'm doing a show with him this Friday. Definitely looking forward to that. I think it's gonna be a really fun time. So.
Also, Skrillex. You said the other 9 were house DJs. Skrillex is mainly dubstep.
Yeah.
So number 2 is dubstep, and you were saying before that the one who really had the most hype out of this was probably Avicii, and I could see maybe Skrillex too.
Yeah, I mean, Avicii definitely seemed like he had the biggest hype of the year
because of the song, because
of Levels, but I think Skrillex definitely has the more well-known name. I mean, people know Levels, but they don't know Avicii necessarily.
Out of these 10, I would definitely say I get the most requests for, and not even particular songs. People just say, "Can you play some Skrillex or could you play some Avicii?" I probably get those 2 the most, followed by Deadmau5 and Afrojack. I would say.
I would say followed by Swedish House Mafia.
Really?
Maybe.
I think I get more requests for Deadmau5 and Afrojack. I actually had someone, it was a girl at Scorpion Bar, ask me for Girl Talk the other day, and I tried to explain to her, stupidly tried to explain to her what she was saying, and she didn't really understand.
That's a tough one to explain.
Yeah. I asked her if she would ever ask Girl Talk for Jay Spring, and she didn't really know what was going on.
All right, moving on. We came across a site called topdjs.com, spelled TOPDEEJAYS.com. It's a site that graphs DJs based on their social networking, like how popular they are on social networks. definitely an interesting site to check out. And they say in their About section, Top DJs is the biggest organized global DJ database. It offers visitors a chance to browse through categories like genres, countries, social network, and look at their favorite DJs' profiles, where they can find links to social media profiles and their statistics, listen to tracks from SoundCloud, Beatport, or watch videos from YouTube, and so on and so forth. So it's a good way to kind of see what your favorite DJs are doing and to kind of see what DJs are popular in certain areas of the world. Maybe you're traveling overseas or something to DJ and you want to see what DJs are most popular in that country, or you just kind of want to see what's hot in general right now. I think the site could be pretty useful for research in that.
It's probably using
fashion.
the same formula that people use for just celebrities in general. There's sites that do that based on social network. They have it broken down day and week and month.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is me and my friends, I used to live together with two of my best friends, and we had our upstairs where we all played poker for a living, and we used to argue the most stupid stuff, believe it or not. And our biggest argument was over this was in the prime of the TV show with Jessica Simpson. We argued who was more popular, Nick Lachey or Sylvester Stallone, and this was like a huge argument for a couple of years, really. And I forget what happened when we saw the that site that diagnosed the celebrity popularity, but we tried to settle the argument with that, although it's still not over.
So who is more popular?
My friend Pete is convinced that it's Sylvester Stallone. He thinks we're idiots for thinking that it's Nick Lachey, and obviously things have changed in the last 2 years. Nick Lachey isn't really as big as he was, I don't think. But our argument was that like all these younger kids, a lot of them didn't know who Sylvester Stallone was. Like John Cardona definitely doesn't know who Sylvester Stallone is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, before we get into our discussion section, I do want to remind everybody that we do put Remix Report out as an audio podcast, so you can listen in your car or at the gym or while you're going to bed. We have very soothing voices to lull you to sleep if you choose. So now definitely check out the audio podcast. You can find it on iTunes. You can get it through the new podcast app on any of your iOS devices, or I use Downcast, or probably any other podcast app. So check it out. Definitely a great way to get your Remix Report. So,
All right, on to the ongoing Fake It to Make It saga. We had a good article written by our friend, the EDM Snob, who we interviewed a couple weeks ago. Make sure you check out that. Make sure you also check out our interview with Silver Medallion as well. That was from Friday.
yeah.
But the name of this article is The Hopefully Sobering Reality of EDM.
Yeah, one of the quotes I took from this, I mean, definitely go and read the article because he goes into a lot of detail on exactly what he's talking about here and breaks down a few reasons people's views on EDM are completely wrong. But one of the quotes is, "This total exaggeration of EDM's popularity has gotten out of control. Mixmag did a recent article on how marketing teams for producers buy Facebook likes from fake people in order to boost their initial popularity. But that's only the beginning. Fake Twitter followers, programs that boost your play count on SoundCloud and MySpace, and of course, this whole controversy about cheating in the DJ Mag Top 100 DJs poll." So lots of things there that we can talk about that have been going on.
He also mentioned in the article how house isn't as big as a lot of people seem to think it is. Even though it's blown up from what it was a few years ago, it still isn't nearly as big as everyone wants to make it out to be.
Yeah, and definitely, I mean, these inflated numbers that this is all talking about here, inflated numbers of Facebook likes, SoundCloud plays, things like that, make it appear that these people are much more popular than they are. Obviously, they are very popular. They're making a lot of money, like we already talked about here. But part of the reason some of these people are making that money is because they kind of tricked people into thinking they were more popular than they were and getting booked based on that. And
The very definition of fake it till you make it.
yeah, there's a Mixmag article called "How Do You Like Me Now?" Which talks about some of this. A few quotes from that are, the DJ agencies will buy Twitter followers at the same time they release a new download or video, one anonymous DJ manager told us. But it's a complete smokescreen to try and cover up the move. The graphs don't lie. It's as clear as day. So basically, they're buying these Facebook likes at the same time that they're releasing a new song. So it appears that the new song is boosting their popularity when actually it's not boosting it that much. They also said the way Facebook works is you only reach 5 to 8% of your fans with each post. Definitely true. We've talked about that on here before. To reach 80%, you have to pay for advertising with Facebook. So if you've got thousands of fake fans, you're missing out on talking to the real ones. Matt Cullen agrees with MySpace. With MySpace Plays, you could convince a radio station to play your track, but you can't do anything with fake Facebook likes. They won't buy tickets or like your posts. If you have thousands of fake likes, your posts really reach a smaller percentage of your fans, and eventually Facebook will shut the post off for not being engaging.
Well, first of all, MySpace was just as easily faked as Facebook, in my opinion.
No, absolutely. And he's basically just saying that plays of a track, look pretty good as far as trying to promote yourself, and obviously Facebook likes do too. But if all those fans, if half your fans are fake and they're not engaging with you, and it's going to look good to other people, but
that's why they do it, is to look good for other people.
But it actually isn't helping them as much as maybe they would think.
But we already said that it helps them get more gigs and stuff.
But it could possibly it could hurt them in the long run, because you are only reaching 5 to 8% of your fans. Now, if half of those fans are fake, you're only reaching, 2% of your real fans, maybe?
I would sign up right now to have more Facebook followers or Twitter followers and Facebook fans, to sacrifice that. I would. Now, let me ask you another question, even though I value your opinion slightly less after you made those ridiculous dead mouse comments, but I'll still ask for your opinion anyway. What's worse and why? Or actually, let me rephrase this again. Is buying Facebook fans and likes any worse than having a relative of yours, or begging a relative or begging a friend of yours to have them get their friends who have no idea who you are to like your page or follow you on Twitter?
Well, there is a small, subtle difference between the two, I think. Although those people might not follow you constantly, might not really know much about you, and you reaching out to actual people to like something and interact with your page or your profile, at least those people are going to have a chance in the future to continue to follow you, possibly. You're still reaching people. Obviously, you're not reaching legitimate fans to boost that popularity, but you are reaching out to legitimate people that may, hopefully, possibly some of them will actually
There's always a
start to
chance.
follow you.
I understand.
If you're reaching out to 100% fake population of people, yes, you're...
But is it a fake population? Those
yeah, they're all fake accounts.
No. When you
there was just an article released this week that 83 million accounts, at least, on Facebook are fake, out of the 700 million.
So Facebook created these accounts?
No, people created these fake accounts.
So when you advertise on Facebook, those are the ones who like your fan page, the fake accounts? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that these people who go and buy Facebook likes, the companies that are...
Well, no, I think when people say they're buying Facebook likes, I think they're referring to advertising, is what I think they're referring to.
No. There's companies out there where you can actually pay like $100 to get 5,000 likes.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
I thought you were referring to advertising.
No. Yeah, you can actually pay companies, and there's different levels. If you just do a Google search for buy Facebook likes or Twitter followers, you'll come up with a bunch of different companies that offer different levels of likes for a certain amount of money. They're going out there creating tons of fake accounts that will like your page, and a lot of those accounts, some of them do get shut down, but like I said, there's still approximately 83 million fake accounts out there. Wow. And that's quite a few.
So again, to my question, it's like, one, you're just pressing a button and pretty much you're getting fans who don't mean anything. The other, you're actually having someone do kind of work for you, and you're actually getting real human beings. But I mean, I just look at it as like, pretend you had a sister. She was really hot, and you told her to put on her Facebook, everyone go like DJ JD's fan page right now. And you'd end up getting a bunch of dudes who are in love with your sister. And just because they were in love with her and were stalking your sister, as a favor for her, they have no interest in you, but they would like your Facebook.
Mm-hmm. And we've all done that.
Yeah, I mean, that stuff just has...
That's just standard practice.
You're getting people who really don't give a fuck liking your Facebook page.
No, but the hope is you're trying to get a chance to connect with these people on some level so that hopefully some of these people will continue to like you after that. I mean,
I understand.
You have to get yourself in front of people to begin with to even have a chance of them liking you and interacting with you in the future. I mean, if you're only getting fake people to like your page that aren't ever going to interact with you again in the future, then that helps you look popular, but it doesn't help you sell tickets, doesn't help your Facebook page actually interact with people, which will rank you higher in Facebook itself. It doesn't help you in any way than making you appear a little more popular.
In the end, either way, you're getting people who aren't really necessarily fans of yours to like your page. One has a chance that maybe in the future they will be, but for now you're getting people who aren't interested. They're just a number that likes your page. Basically.
And obviously people are doing this because it does help their careers. I mean, the more Facebook likes you have, the more a management company is going to look at you. The more promoters are going to look at you, the more festivals are going to think of booking you.
How good does it look on Twitter when you follow two people? Or like, I think Kanye West was legitimately following one person and he had like millions of followers. It looks awesome.
That's pretty baller.
Yeah. Well, you talk. I want to look up Kanye West.
All right. So moving on from the whole buying likes thing, which is huge, obviously. And I mean, this goes on to SoundCloud plays. I mean, it just sucks that you can't take these things at face value. I mean, you would hope that you go to someone's SoundCloud profile or Facebook page and be able to legitimately tell how popular they were by looking at these numbers. And unfortunately, the truth is you can't. I mean,
as we've talked about in Fake It Till You Make It, nothing is as it appears anymore. Well, I shouldn't say that. Some things are, but even those things you question. Now it's like this. It's exactly like the steroid era in baseball, where you don't know what was what, and you're just forced to. Even if someone might be innocent, you're just forced to question them.
I mean, the problem is a lot of people don't realize that this stuff is going on. I know a good amount of people do, but a lot of people, general public, does not really think about this kind of stuff. They don't ever have to worry about a Facebook fan page because they don't have one. They just have a regular profile.
Kanye West, by the way, following one person. I should see who that is, with 8.2 million followers. The person he's following,
drum roll,
is Kim Kardashian. Makes sense.
Go figure. Ridiculous. All right, moving on to this whole DJ Mag Top 100 DJ poll controversy. So there's been claims of cheating by DJs trying to climb up to the top of the chart.
So we haven't changed the discussion at all. We just moved on to a different
form of cheating. Okay. The only person disqualified so far from the chart has been Miss Diamond from Switzerland. This is on DJMag.com. Also, DJ Mag obviously is the website that runs the top 100 DJ poll.
This isn't the first year they've had issues with this.
Definitely not.
And I mean, this is just what contests are nowadays. I mean, whether you're paying a programmer to bypass DJ Mag security and just cut to the chase instead of begging people to vote for you and getting all your friends to beg for you. This is just cutting to the chase, having your computer hacker team give you extra votes for the most part. I think all that stuff is garbage. One is obviously more blatant than the other, but as we discussed in our Fake It Till You Make It, these contests, the way they work, any contest that's voting, it never goes how it's intended to be, or how it, in a perfect world, how it would be, where whoever has the most fans, that's how many votes they get, and that's who wins. Like, none of these contests work like that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, definitely not a perfect world. Yeah, there's been controversy about this in the past.
I think DJ Dan and another DJ, but I think they were cleared.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that's triggering a lot of this investigation, I guess, is that they're receiving votes, like 50 plus votes, from the same IP address, voting for the same DJ over and over again. And I'm kind of split on how I think this is actually going down. I mean,
well, no, they said that they created a program that was able to bypass their security, which only allows one.
But I mean, how stupid does it look? Like, how stupid are you if you are actually in that DJ's camp and you are using this program that shows votes coming from the same IP address over and over again?
Well, maybe they thought DJ Mag was never going to question it.
But that's silly.
I mean, there's people in baseball who still get caught using steroids even though they know there's drug testing.
I know. But it just seems like this could just as easily be a malicious attempt from other DJs' camps to sandbag DJs they don't like.
Well, especially now that this has gotten out, that this is what happens. Other people probably will do that. And the funny thing is, I saw someone write in the comments, and they had a good point. If, let's say DJ Mag doesn't expel any of the bigger names from this, it almost makes it seem like they were letting it be known that they're disqualifying a smaller DJ or one who's not as big just to show that they're legit. That's how it makes it look. So who knows if they're just doing right and this is the only person they found, or if they're just doing it kind of to send a message, and maybe they'll even let it go if they catch some of the bigger guys because they've already proved they're legit in their minds by disqualifying Miss Diamond.
And it's really hard to prove like who's behind these IP addresses. I mean, it's impossible to say who's behind each IP address. So it's impossible to really get to the bottom of if it's malicious against a DJ or if it's a DJ's camp behind it or not. So, I don't know, very weird. I mean, definitely makes you think about the DJ chart a little more and kind of makes you question it more. I think it adds a little more legitimacy to that Forbes earnings chart that we saw earlier. I mean, if anything shows the popularity of a DJ or anybody in entertainment business, it's how much money you're making. Obviously, the more money you're making, the more you're working, the more people want to pay you, the more popular you are. So, don't you think the money probably is the best judge of the top DJs out there?
Yeah, I mean, it's
most popular DJs.
When you say popular, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, popular from what we're talking overall. I think DJ Mag is aimed more towards the strict house heads. So when you talk about popularity, look how many haters someone like David Guetta has. But I guess overall, I guess it's the best way. I would have to agree.
And that's the one way that you can't really trick the system with, right?
I wouldn't say
Too
that.
much? Not as much as a poll like this.
They haven't. I think when people realize that it's worth their while to try to make it seem like they're making more money, then I'm sure they'll find ways to fake that too. I mean, look at the Red Sox. I know I've talked about baseball twice already, and some people, especially the female viewers, hate when we talk about sports. But the Red Sox have this. You heard about their sellout streak they have right now, right?
Yeah.
They have this long, I forget how many games in a row, a sellout streak that they have, and the ownership keeps pumping it out that we have the longest sellout streak going, and we're about to. I think it's I want to say almost the Trailblazers maybe, who have the longest one in sports history, and the Red Sox are gunning to pass that. And what they're doing is, you think sellout streak, you picture all these games with standing room only, but that's not what it means at all. It means that people joke that it's not a sellout streak, it's a distribution streak, because they take into account the tickets that the Red Sox distribute to ticket agencies. So there could be games where you look around and there's all these empty seats, but it's still counted in the sellout streak because they were able to give these tickets beforehand to someone like Ace Ticket or StubHub or someone. And even though all the tickets from StubHub did not sell out, it's still considered part of the sellout streak because the Red Sox company got rid of all the tickets they wanted to get rid of, and they gave the ones that they didn't sell personally to other people to sell. Even if other people didn't sell them, it still counts that they got rid of them.
Sold them. Yeah.
Yeah. So They had actually an experiment where somebody from the Boston Globe, I think it was, went to a window. I think if a game starts at 7:30, you can still buy tickets at certain windows at, I want to say 8 or 8:30, and then those close. Then at 9 o'clock, there's still like another window that sells them. So that they went and they tried to say at the ticket window that they're still waiting for family to come and see how many tickets they needed. So in other words, trying to wait till the very last moment. And right before they're closing, they're like, well, do you still have tickets available? And they're like, yep, we can still do this. And they're like, my family didn't come, so they moved on. But they proved their point that there still were tickets available. And then they went to the final window, and they tried to pull the same thing. And the Red Sox said, yes, we still do. And then they said, no, you know what, we don't really need them. And then after the window closed, believe it or not, they tried to give these people the tickets for free to the game. Yeah.
Interesting. So everybody's trying to cheat the system everywhere.
Everywhere. So, I mean, there's still... I'm sure there's ways they could fake earnings. I'm sure that would probably be easy. They could announce that more tickets were sold than really were. I mean, who knows how they can do it, but I'm sure it's possible.
It's a little tougher, and faking money, there's many more truly legal repercussions to doing that than cheating a poll.
I think of that.
So that's a little more serious.
If anything, you think they want to fake the opposite way.
Yeah, exactly. Less taxes.
Lots of people do.
So I think right now I'll be looking at that Forbes list and
looking at it as like gunning to make it.
Well, we're all gunning to make the Forbes list, of course.
Okay.
Well, I think that's all we have today.
Is that it? I think so. I guess.
I think so. Once again, hit us up if you're going to be at the DJ Expo next week, and hopefully we'll get some Remix Report shot before that, so you can post it on Monday.
I do want to say one more thing. Actually, I forget if I said this or not, but just what an embarrassment that all these DJ mags and the Forbes that they have all these guys who aren't even DJs on their top 100 DJ list. I think it's quite an embarrassment. You agree?
I do.
Yeah, very embarrassing.
All right, let us know what you think about this whole situation down there in the comments, or email us at remixreport@gmail.com.
And I'm not just talking about the deadmau5 thing. I just don't think this is ever going to end with the people faking it. People are going to find new ways to amaze us and to keep it going.
I think you're probably absolutely right.
Unfortunately.
We could probably talk about this for years to come.
I'm sure we will be.
Oh, joy. See ya.
RemixReport.com